One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. What's the podcast? Episode 187. We are back in the building. Shout out to my guy, always available. Hashtag Street where Eddie and Abdul.
187 on your motherfucking ass.
We are back in the building. Do remember to check out What's the Podcast on everywhere you listen to
Oh,
podcasts at.
here we go.
What's
Okay,
up?
there you go.
The God is in the building.
Boom.
Um,
What's good?
Okay. We
yeah, so
just we
remember,
just started.
yeah, listen to
Well,
What's
let's
the
get it popping.
Podcast wherever you listen to podcasts at. YouTube.com/What's the Podcast. I believe the URL is ours. Not 100% sure yet, but
Yo, we've been not
yeah.
100%
That's
sure.
that's our shit,
Even if it's not our URL, it is ours.
no doubt.
So there
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, but I mean, obviously we're back. Episode 187. I believe we took a 1 week break. Was it 1 week or 2 weeks? I don't
We
recall.
took one,
We took one.
week.
but it felt like two.
Yeah.
There's still a lot
Um
going on in the past 2 weeks, so it's a beautiful situation. Thanksgiving occurred. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody who celebrates that. Happy Indigenous People Day if you
Here we
celebrate
go.
that.
Yeah.
Celebrate that.
Um, and it was just time to be with your family or be by yourself or do whatever. Just be.
Where were y'all at? Were you here
I was on the couch.
in DC?
Yeah, I was in DC.
Oh,
With
okay.
the bean or dolos.
Solo.
Oh, you should have came by the crib, man.
I wasn't. I was chilling.
I feel
chilling
you.
all day.
Oh,
Yeah,
you had a little bird,
no,
and I don't mean turkey with you.
no, I ate no turkey. I had no bird. I literally just
I
cooked
didn't have
whatever.
turkey either,
What
but I
did
had
you
my.
have?
We made a chicken because it was only me and my
There you
girl.
go. Yo, chicken over turkey.
Oh, turkey is trash. That's why you only eat it once a
Turkey
year.
No,
fucking
no,
trash.
the Popeyes turkey is amazing.
Still,
They
still,
have a
still
Cajun.
can't fuck. Still can't fuck with chicken.
And it can't fuck with Popeye's chicken.
That's what I mean.
But have you had the Cajun Popeyes chicken?
I saw
Turkey
people's
chicken?
videos of it.
I'm good on it. I
I
don't.
respect it, and
I'm
it's
not a
probably
fan of.
better than normal turkey, maybe. But
I feel
But
like you gotta taste it to have a fair opinion.
now we made a chicken like a turkey. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like stuffing, all that same, like cooked it the same way, dry brine, all that shit. But we just made a chicken because there's only two of us, and my niece came over because my niece was here and didn't go back to my brother's crib, so she came over. So it was me, my girl, and my niece. But it was nice. Yeah. How about you, Abdul? What'd you do?
I was here, man. Hung out with family.
You were at
Really.
the crib, or you were at like a
No,
family
I was,
function
I was
here?
at I was at family's crib. I was not in my crib. I'm not hosting anything in my. I don't think I'm at that age or in that place in life yet.
You got
Where,
about you got about a year of renovations before you hosting everything.
man, you know what? I don't think I'll even be hosting it even then. No, but it was a good weekend. Got to be around family and what they call Thanksgiving for me is not that celebration of what America wants it to be. It's really just a time to get together with family and hang
That's
out
it.
and see friends and close people and yeah, that's really what it was about for me and I think that's what it is for us, all three of us.
For
So
sure.
yeah, so yeah, it was a good time, man. I can't even front. I ate a lot. I gained weight. I didn't run as much as I wanted to, and
Mm.
yeah, it was cool, man. It was a week off, and we had a strong uh, 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 week with our last episode with Soul Priorities
Hmm.
and those guys, and you know they thought that the DC DMV store was going to be opening on Black Friday, but some red tape and some permit issues led to that opening postponed. But we're gonna get into that a little bit later on, man. But what's up with y'all, man? Everything good? I haven't seen anybody in a minute, man. Y'all been
Wait,
outside hanging
not
out?
not for real, man. I've been
W-
inside. It's been
J-
cold as shit.
Jerome, how about you?
Yeah. I mean, it's part of the job.
I mean,
So
Jerome works
yeah.
outside. That's
So
the
I
yeah.
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Always outside.
What's the streets looking like?
Had a whirlwind trip in New York. That was fantastic.
That was for business, though, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was
Like,
back in New York in January too.
Like for work, or are you gonna be working January? Or are you
Yeah,
going
yeah,
back for
yeah.
business?
Working,
Okay.
DJing, working. Yeah, and
Do you
sweet.
want? Do you know where you're DJing, or can we say
Yes.
yet or no?
No, no, we can't say yet,
Okay.
but
Is it a Darla Nikki event?
no.
Okay.
But there is New York is fantastic. DC is DC. You know, this time of year, just you're just headed towards the end goal, basically, which is New Year's and New Year's Day. I feel
Have you
like
locked
it's
anything in for New Year's?
yeah, I've been locked in for a month now, so um, there isn't a there's it's just I feel like the city empties out for Thanksgiving and
Yeah.
empties out again, probably second or third week of December. And at that point, between people getting
You talking
um,
about because of Art Basel?
no, I'm talking about people like going college kids and people, like government workers get off like September. I mean, they'll get off like December 10th and not have to go back to work for 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the kids are out of school. So I mean, DC is just DC. You just gotta keep plugging away. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So that's all I tended. That's all I'm doing, man. Knocking out the. Damn right. Knocking out the gigs and such.
Oh yeah.
Ah, man. Yeah. We're back though, baby.
Boom.
Um, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, please remember to subscribe, share, and leave a comment and rate us, man. It takes a second out of your life to just give us like 5 stars or some shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got a nice little comment. I want to say it was November 14th.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so. I looked at it the other day. It was really it was good. It was like a really truthful, honest comment.
From somebody we know or rando?
No,
Oh wow.
rando,
Oh,
man. It was
dope.
dope. Yeah, yeah.
Even
Dog,
better.
I was at Complex Con in Long Beach, and a lot
They
of
ran,
people
they ran down on you.
were well, no, they didn't run down on me, but I ran into a lot of people that we know that listen to the podcast, and they said they've enjoyed it and they continue listening, and so that was good to hear, man. Good energy at Complex Con this year.
How was
Um,
Complex Con?
it was cool, man. It was there weren't any real sneakers that released,
I was gonna say
so
nothing dropped for Complex Con exclusively.
mm, there were a lot of like, and I hate using the word fake sneakers, but like the independent brands, some of them kind of look like a Dunk, might look like a Jordan. Those sort of brands did have some sneakers that dropped. Reebok actually had a collab that dropped with the book All Gone. They had a Club C that dropped
Hmm.
150 pairs, and it was available at the All Gone booth. Um,
Did you
I,
secure a pair of those?
I did. That was the only sneaker I got. I bought at Complex Con. Um,
How
before, go ahead.
how do you feel about the fake Jordan Dunk shoes? Are you a fan of any of those? Do you have any of those?
I have I support the ones that are done by my friends.
Yeah. Do you,
Um,
yeah.
a friend of the show, and he actually printed up our first what's a podcast shirts. Jung Woo and goes has a brand WJW Who Jung Woo has a pair that looks like a Jordan one, and I'm not mad at those at all, man. I like them.
I have two
Um,
pairs of those.
you have the green and the orange.
Yep.
Yeah, and I like those. I like
I
those a
I
lot.
I beat my green ones. I wore the shit out of them.
And yeah, and those are nice, and they're well crafted, and they're good quality.
Hmm.
So shout out to him. I hung out with him quite a bit actually over the Complex Con weekend, and just that's my dude, man. So shout out to him, and yeah, man, it was a nice little vibe. There are some other brands. There's a brand called McDowell's, which is, if you watched coming coming to America, the McDowell's restaurant, and they make a bootleg of kind of like anything. They have a Jordan one, they have a, I think, a Dunk looking joint, but the one that really impressed me is they have the first John McEnroe. They have a bootleg of that.
What's the first John
I
McEnroe?
think I think it might have been called the Mac Attack or something like that from like the 80s, and they have a bootleg of that one. and that shit is fire. And they had it on sale at Complex Con, and I kept saying I got to go by this booth and go check it out, and I just never made it. I regret it. And then I went on their website, and the store is closed, and they're like, we're gonna open it up whenever we have a new release, and that hasn't happened. So that is one shoe that I'd like to get. Will be that fake version of that.
What's the first John McEnroe? What shoe was that?
Let me look it up while
It's
we're
not
talking.
because John McEnroe used to wear the Air Trainer ones.
Yeah, it's not that. It's not the Air Trainer one.
Okay.
John Macken.
Didn't Jung drop something with Star Trek over at
Oh
Comic
yeah,
Con as well?
he was killing it. He had a massive collab and a huge booth at Complex Con.
And that's an official collaboration.
Yeah. Shout out to Rob from Star Trek. He was there, and they have a good relationship and a good friendship, which led to this collaboration happening. And I think we're gonna see more from the two of them coming together in future months, man. So, listen, DMV represented hard at Complex Con, man. I can't even front. You had Jung, who's from this area. You
Mhm.
had Vandy from VA, and his booth was right next to Jung's. And when I tell you, there was a constant line to buy something on his shit for 2 days
At Vandy's spot.
at Vandy's.
Wow.
Actually, I think he might have had some sneakers drop there too as well.
Mhm.
But I never walked by that shit and never saw a minimum of 15 people lined up waiting to
To go buy
cop
something.
something. Yeah,
Wow.
throughout the whole 2 days.
Wow.
So you had Jung, you had Vandy, you had of course Commonwealth
With
collab with
the tiny desk.
with NPR Tiny Desk, which was super tight, and right next to them you had our guys from Somewhere, who
Oh
also
wow.
had a
Their
nice
booth was next to
installation there.
Commonwealth's.
Yeah, they were
Oh,
they
that's
were
dope.
they were right next to each other, and maybe that was planned, man, because everybody, we all family,
Like
and
all the DMV booths were there. Like Jung's
no,
booth, Vandy,
Jung and
Commonwealth,
Jung and
somewhere.
Vandy's booth was right next to each other, but
Okay.
they weren't like in the same row as Somewhere in Commonwealth.
Mhm.
Uh, and then you had uh my man Rocky, who has his own matcha company, and out in the food area, he had Rocky's matcha and serving up in some delicious matcha tea, and he
Mhm.
had dope merch and constantly had a line of people trying to cop his shit. And then you had, of course, most important, the guy who kind of put together this year's Complex Con along with Verdi, our guy Paulo.
Palo Wallo.
Paulo Wallo. And along with Paulo, his mom's empanada joint was out
Oh
there.
damn.
Carmen's empanadas. In
Is
the
his
in the
mom out
food
in
area.
LA now?
No, I think his mom is still here.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but I think everybody from including her and everybody who was working there flew out there to go set that shit up.
Dope.
But they killed it. And listen, shout out to Paulo, man. He's listen. I have nothing but nice things to say, and super proud of
He
him and
crushing it.
crushing it, dog,
Yeah.
crushing it.
Yep.
Yeah, but I saw a bunch of our friends. Adrian King Carter was there. He's been doing a lot of work with Awake, and he was there working at Awake's booth as well.
Dope.
Um,
You see
yeah,
Julian?
I did see Julian. I hung out with Julian, VJ. I
Dope.
saw Modi. Um, I saw Dre the Mayor, of course.
They were all at Complex Con.
Yeah, Dre was there with
Dope.
with Push, who
Push.
performed on Sunday. Um,
DMV in the building.
with his brother. They had a clips show, a part of like Nigo's Nigo's Friends. What was the name of his album that just dropped? Rome? I
Nigo
Know
and
Nigo.
Friends.
I think it's I Know Nigo, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I Know Nigo, and so Nigo had all the artists who were part of that album performing, and of course the clips came on and killed it. Um, yeah, so overall it was successful. I just wish there was more energy around. I'm a sneaker dude, so for me and for Clark, um, it wasn't that sort of energy was
Wasn't
missing.
as exciting as previous Complex
Yeah,
Cons.
and it wasn't as super packed, which was the good part. It wasn't
Yeah.
super packed,
Yeah.
but if you walked in at 11 a.m. on Saturday, you weren't gonna wait in line to get in. You know what I'm saying? Like past years, like I remember 2017, there was a line at 3 p.m. trying to get in.
Wow.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
not waiting in lines though.
Now, I'm not. I mean, I'm not, but I was lucky. I was with Clark.
Yeah.
Clark was a speaker. He spoke on the speaker on
On
the
the panel.
sneaker of the year panel.
What
Uh,
got sneaker of the year? Scars Air Force One.
no,
That wasn't this year. That was like 2 years ago.
that was more than 2 years ago. But what? Damn, what the fuck did get sneaker of the year? Whatever it was, I didn't agree with it. Um, for me, I thought the Virgil Brooklyn Air Force One should have gotten your sneaker of the year. I
Can an
can't.
Air Force One get sneaker of the year? I feel like it's such a like a.
What?
I mean, I'm just saying it's not like a new silhouette. You know what I mean? It's not like the colorway
How?
is exciting, but the shoe is like not that exciting.
Nah,
You
the
know?
shoe's exciting,
I mean,
bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
it's my favorite shoe in the world,
Yeah, but
Air Force One. But
there are no new colorways. The only new colorway that got voted, the new shoe that got voted was Tom Sachs. The GPS shit was in the running in the top
mhm.
10 list. Um, yeah, man, they were tripping on some of these joints like
What like the Chicago
Khaled's
ones,
Lost and Found was on there.
the
Um,
moldy ones.
yeah, the moldy ones. The
Ca-
Amamanier fours were on there.
I'm not a
Um,
fan of those. You like those?
I do like those.
They're not
And
my
the
favorite.
Khaled fives were on there, which I was like, fam,
Yeah, that's a reach.
I'm not a fan.
I like the Amon Monye threes better than the fours.
I kind of like the fours.
Really?
Yeah, I like the fours.
I just can't wear. I don't think I could wear like a brown sneaker. To me, I can't do it.
They're not brown.
They're like burgundy brown.
They're like a plum color, which is
Okay.
it's not brown. So
Yeah.
that's an important distinction
Okay.
because you're right. I don't think I could wear a brown sneaker either.
Yeah.
But yeah, but overall it was dope, man. Clark also played at Soho House for the honor the gift collab with Clot Party Sunday night, which was super tight. He bodied that shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, but overall, man, I got to meet a lot of people and hang out, and this is like my yearly kind of getaway, kind of sorta, and
You going back next year or not?
I'm gonna go back if I
Okay.
can. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to.
Hmm.
I'll keep going back every year. But LA was cool.
What's a podcast? Episode 187. Um, I mean, big World Cup energy.
Oof.
There's a
Sure.
lot going
We're
on.
big World Cup energy.
The U.S. won their last match against Iran,
Yes,
and so they have moved forward to the
that's right.
next round. I believe that Ghana and Senegal are the two African nations that push forward. Is that correct?
No, Senegal is pushed forward. Ghana is still, man. We're hoping they play Uruguay on Friday, and Ghana has, if they win that, they're able to move forward. Um, and they have a very strong rivalry with Uruguay based on the World Cup from 2014. Um, I don't know if you remember that, but there was a game in the quarterfinals of that year's World Cup. A few seconds left, the game is tied, and a Ghanaian player, I think he might have been the captain. I can't remember what his name is, but he fucking kicked the ball into the goal. The goalie wasn't there. There was another player there, Luis Suarez, who is a racist, and he put his hands up and grabbed the ball. with his hands. He was not the goalkeeper.
Mm, I
Ghana got
remember that.
Ghana got a fucking penalty kick because this happened inside of the box. Dude got a red card, was escorted off the field. They fucking missed the penalty
Mm,
kick. They missed the penalty. The game ended up being a draw. They went to fucking penalty kicks, and Uruguay won in penalties. It
mm.
was a fucking disaster. When I remember watching that and having a lump in my throat because, pause, from just being so upset, dog. Like, I literally wanted to fucking kick my foot through the TV. Um, so yeah, man, I hope they're able to overcome that and fuck Uruguay up on Friday. And if they do, they move on. I don't know. They might still have a chance to move on if they tie. I'm not 100% sure on that, but listen, we need that W either way. Um, yeah, but the U.S. moved on, Senegal moved on, which was absolutely amazing. Big game yesterday. Lot of energy. West Africans are going crazy. Big game today, even though Tunisia, also African, did not get to move up. They played the colonizers, the French today, and fucked them up 1-0. They played amazing, strong performance by the Tunisians, and I was just happy to see somebody fuck up France, man, because the French have just been, do this for all the bad treatment of Africans throughout France, man, and for all of the racist as white French people. So shout out to Tunisia, shout out to Morocco, shout out to Senegal, shout out to Ghana. Um, I'm rooting for all of them, man, and of course, I'm also rooting for the U.S. We got a big game against the Netherlands. I think that game is on Saturday. That's going to be a tough game. The Netherlands, of course, the Dutch are super nice and have a strong history with playing the game, and but I'll be honest, this is the best U.S. team we've ever seen.
Yeah. Did you see the captain get interviewed by the Iranian journalist after the
No,
win?
Pulisic,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
him or Tyler Adams. Who's the captain? Was it the white guy
light,
or the black dude?
no, light skinned dude with curly
Okay,
hair.
Tyler Adams. What
Yeah,
happened?
they were just asking him how he feels about representing the United States and such being such a racist country, and how do you feel as like a black man
The
playing
United States
soccer?
being racist.
Yeah, and
Okay,
but he didn't even touch on like the Iranian shit. He was just
okay.
like, it's a really good interview. He
Now,
kept his composure
what they said was, first of all, they corrected him because it was
because
announced
he was calling
the name
Iran.
wrong. It's called
Yes,
Iran.
Americans do that, and
Yeah,
they
I
called
mean,
they corrected him, said it's Iran.
and then
And he said, I'm sorry.
he's basically like, yo, like, how do you feel about like representing a country that's so heavy with discrimination against black people?
Wow. Okay, I like that.
And so then he's like, I'm from a family that has like a white. I'm from a white family
He's
with a
Like a
black
mixed.
white,
mother.
he said he had a white upbringing.
He's probably
Yeah,
mixed or something,
yeah,
whatever.
he is mixed.
So,
I think he's from
um,
Jersey.
and then they were just like, he was just like, yo, like it's all about growth and education. Like I've lived kind of all over the world these last couple of
Progression.
years, and he gave a very standard answer. I mean, people were kind of on his nuts for it. It was just like, I mean,
On his nuts in a good way or a bad way? Like
yeah,
shitting
in a
on
good
him
way.
or
No, 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 in a good way. In a good way. They were just like, yo, he held his composure, and it was just like,
I mean, I think he gave a good answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I think it's smart.
was
Not
this
to.
before the game or after the game?
After the win.
No,
Okay.
I thought it was after the
before.
win.
No,
Oh,
it
word.
was like yesterday or 2 days ago.
Okay.
It was just
So
one
it
of
was
those things
before
where
the game.
yeah, it was one of those things where it was just like,
I
it's
wonder if they
smart.
were trying to throw him off.
Of course, it's smarter to not like wake up.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering why he didn't say like, how can like your soccer players represent a nation who
he should have turned it around on him.
kill women for letting
But
their hair out?
again, I think it's good not to poke the bear. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
well,
Because then you get
also,
into a whole back and forth.
we should make a note that the Iranian team did hold solidarity, even though they are representing the nation of Iran during the opening their first game when they so every team comes on the field and they play the national anthem of each country that's playing and they played the national anthem of Iran and in solidarity with the protesters, the Iranian team did not sing the
Not
national
not
anthem at
one of them.
all.
Not even the coach.
Not
None
one
of
of
them.
them.
Yep.
Nobody.
Yep.
So, I think you get an opportunity as a citizen of a country that you've been a part of your whole life, that you were raised in, and you get a chance to represent that country. And sometimes, even if you don't necessarily agree with the rulings of that country, you probably like, yo, you know what, I want to step up and be a part of this moment for my nation. So
Mhm.
I don't know if it's right to say that they are part of killing women or hurting women. The government definitely is.
Well, that's what
I
I
don't.
mean.
Yeah, I don't know if the players are actually responsible
Nah,
for
for
any of
sure.
that.
No, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, but yeah, it would have been a good thing to. But you're right.
For him to come
He
back.
probably did the
Because they're
right
still
thing. And
they're still representing a nation that is
sure,
going through that right now.
he should
You
have
know what I'm
answered
saying?
the question and also be like, "Let me ask you a question."
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's up with y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do your players feel representing a nation that has
man.
this going on?
Yeah,
I think it was smarter for him to not do that, only because you open up the floodgates and it can get
yeah.
very,
It would
very
have gotten a
ugly.
lot more news
You've
coverage, like you
seen
said.
what you've seen what's happening to the Israeli journalists out there. You know what I mean? So nobody wants to replace the Israeli journalists out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, answer the question. Do
Who's
you
the
think
Israeli journalist?
I'll send you. There's a whole link where there's a whole video of people completely shitting on and shutting down all of the Israeli journalists. There's even Israeli journalists
Oh,
not
wow,
even
in
saying the
Qatar.
N in Qatar.
Yeah, they like supposedly like banned like people wearing the rainbow flag and shit like that out there too.
I
Yeah,
would not
all
do
of
that.
that. But what I'm saying is they're more so like, yo, like people are like sticking up for Palestine in the face of these Israeli journalists. Like they're trying to interview them. One
Yeah.
guy went so far as to act like he was from another country,
Mm.
even though they even knew he was from Israel. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? There's a whole video on Twitter. It's very easy to find.
Crazy.
But I mean, it is what it is out there, man. I mean, go
It's,
go
it's,
go whatever team you're choosing to go for. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's affected DC in a positive space because I
hmm
believe there are certain bars in the club in the city that can stay open like 22 hours a day.
Oh, word?
Yeah, so basically you can stay open. You can open at 6.
You can start serving drinks at 6
You
a.m.
can serve from. You have to close from 4 to 6.
Damn.
Yeah, and
4 to 6
that's
p.m.
a.m.
A.m.
So
Mm.
it's and that's for the entirety of the World Cup. So
Wow.
even if the USA is out of it, you can still stay open till 4.
Mm.
I believe it's every night of the week if you've applied for this particular um, permit or license, whatever the case may be.
Wow.
hmm
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So good. And if obviously if you have the business, you know what I'm saying?
I'd rather watch games at home though. I'm not like a go to the bar and watch the game type of dude. I'd rather
I
watch
like,
it at home.
my only issue with going to a bar is I like to actually hear the commentators.
Right.
And you don't get that when you're at a bar. But some bars, they're not playing any music, man. They turn the volume all the way up.
Oh yeah.
So that I fuck with. Um, but it is a different vibe when you are watching with different people with a lot of people though. I do
Yeah.
enjoy that.
With different fans from different
Yeah,
countries.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a
You get
different
into
energy.
you get a little bit of argument. You talk shit about your team. They talk shit about their team. I'm not mad at that. Um, but yeah, I don't know how smart it was for FIFA to actually have the World Cup in Qatar, man. It's they're getting a lot of backlash and they're trying to sweep a lot of things under the rug. The human rights issue that's been brought up, and FIFA is trying to silence a lot of people. A lot of controversy around this World Cup. The German players went on there and during their national anthem or their team photo, they all held their hands like this in protest because they were not allowed to speak about human rights violations. And yeah, listen, man. I'm all for speaking against injustices, but it kind of needs to be across the board. Like
Yeah.
you can't pick and choose when you think a human rights violation has happened. Um, it's been you had a German national player, Mesut Ozil, who's of Turkish. He's of Turkish
Descent.
Yeah,
second largest, you know.
population of Turkish
Yeah,
people outside of Turkey. Yep.
yeah,
Ozil also played for my squad, Arsenal, a bunch of years back, and was protesting a lot about the human rights violations of China against the Uyghur Muslims, and enslavement camps and things like that, and the mistreatment of these people, and got silenced and pretty much got kicked off the teams. Every team he was on, he was got asked to shut the fuck up because he was talking about it so much and trying to bring awareness to it. And then you have the German national team and the German press, now the same people that shitted on this dude, now saying, bringing up human rights violations against Qatar, and the people that died while the building of the stadiums was happening. And it's like, fam, like, when are you gonna fucking just say that you fucked up and you did not, you guys were the same people that got this person out of here, but you're now saying it's okay to talk about it now. You can't
right.
just fucking.
You can't be
Well,
a
they
hypocrite.
just admitted today or yesterday that it's between 400 and 500 people who have died, which means it's probably 3 times more than that,
Of course.
honestly.
It's fucked up.
You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
lot of
And
people that died.
I read about your guy. They actually said he disappeared for a
He had
minute.
to retire from the game.
But I mean, like he literally disappeared like from everything
Yeah.
because, you know,
He
I
almost
think
came to DC United 2 seasons ago to come play for us.
Mm.
I think the thing is, man, when you speak about China, you got to have a country behind you. You know,
Yeah,
a world superpower behind you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not no disrespect to Germany or Turkey, but they are not the
They ain't
world
fucking with China.
superpower.
Nah.
Exactly. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So you legitimately and I read the article about it, man. It was super whack what they did to him.
Yeah.
And it's super
He
whack.
got blacklisted
Yeah,
essentially.
he caught the Colin Kaepernick,
Yep.
and it's super whack what the Chinese have done to those Muslim people as well, and how the world has sort of turned their eye to it. And FIFA is very, they're the ones that were threatening certain teams with yellow cards and red cards.
Yeah.
So they need to be held liable as well for their action in this
Yeah.
because I think it's cool to speak up when you have the world stage, but it needs to be consistent before and after.
Sure.
So you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying. You
That's
can,
the point I was trying to make.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like you can start it at a World Cup, but it has to become a part of your consistent work. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, it's just it's part of the World Cup now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's so much information in the world, people aren't going to let up for anything really. Um, Episode 187 was a podcast.
187.
We
How about as non-soccer fans? You're still not watching any games, Rome?
no, I don't watch them.
What about you, Eddie?
I've been watching the games when I can, but they're on like crazy hours. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been going out of my way to watch them, but I've been like watching the highlights, and I've been watching some of the games if they're on.
It's kind of decent time. You think you have like a 7 a.m. game, a 10 a.m. and a 2 p.m. game,
I watched some of the USA
The
game.
very the interesting thing about
or
the
6
games
a.m.
though,
I'm not doing those 6 a.m.
but
game.
the interesting thing about the games though is the announcers
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the American announcers versus the Telemundo, right?
Telemundo go in, bro.
Oh yes, man. You can't fuck with no
Telemundo
Spanish
versus
soccer
energy.
sportscaster.
Yeah.
The American announcers have this arrogance about them. They have
Yeah.
this kind of
Yeah.
fake bravado,
Yeah.
and
Telemundo, they partying.
but the Americans are so wrong at times. It's very like
Yeah.
it's annoying to watch, and like YouTube
Yo,
tells
no
you,
offense, that's not their game.
They sound like a whole bunch of Karens.
yeah,
They're only constantly complaining about other players and just bigging up their own. It's like white privilege through a commentator's
That's
voice.
facts.
It's
That's
terrible to
facts.
fucking hear, man. It's annoying. Um, I don't know if you guys fucking saw the one clip that went viral of the Arabic commentator when Saudi Arabia upset Argentina in that first game of theirs.
I heard it. I don't know what the fuck he said though.
Yo, but it was just moving just to hear.
Mhm.
You didn't even need to understand what he was saying,
Yeah.
but
It was
he,
lit.
yeah, he was on fire.
Yeah.
He was on fire, and shout out
They
to
were like,
Saudi Arabia, man.
Where's Messi? Where's Messi? Where's Messi?
Yeah, and listen, Argentina's moved forward, but I was just talking to our guy Orly, famous world famous photographer, uh, and he's like, yeah, I'm going all the way in with Argentina, and I was like, I don't think so, bro.
Mm-mm.
So him and I got a little $5 bet.
Little side bet.
Yeah, he's all the way for Argentina,
Who
and
you
I'm
got?
like, um, well, who I want is I would like anybody from Africa or the US to win the thing, but realistically speaking, I don't see anybody fucking with Brazil.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Well,
I have them
Neymar's
going
out
all the way.
for the rest of the tournament, though, right?
Say what?
Neymar's out for the rest of the tournament.
He might be out for the rest of the tournament, and you know that's the crazy thing about him is that their squad is so deep talent wise
Yeah.
that
They'll still be
even
all
with
right.
Neymar being off the team, they are still fucking incredible and
Yeah.
unfuckwittable. Their bench is just so deep,
Yeah.
pause, that they can fucking bring out a whole new set of 11 that's not even starting, bring the
And,
whole bench on to
and
start the game
shit on
and
everybody
shit on
still.
them, pretty much
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
That's how good they are.
Yeah.
Um, so I think if, but it's the World Cup. Anyone can fucking win again.
Yeah. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
Saudi Arabia beat Argentina.
Saudi Arabia beat Argentina. Tunisia beat France. They
Yeah.
won the last World Cup.
Who beat Germany? Germany had an upset too.
Germany got beat by Japan. I think
Exactly.
it was Japan.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So
Anything can happen, man.
yeah, you're seeing some crazy upsets. Anything. It's like the soccer world's version of March Madness.
Yep.
It could be fucking George Washington University going to the
George
Final
Mason.
Four.
George
Mason or
Yeah.
GW or
Right.
UMBC or any one of these small schools could end up in the Final Four. Like
Yeah.
that's how it is. It's this.
Yeah.
It's that version of it for soccer.
Yeah.
So yeah, listen, and it's a single game. It's not like best out of 3 or best out of 7. It's one game, dog. If you don't show up, you're getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah. So dope.
Yeah. 90 minutes. You got to put it all on the field.
There you go. If you feel some way about soccer, let us know in the comments. Episode 187. What's a podcast? I just read the article about a new Scars Pizza opening. I guess they're opening across the street from the original Scars Pizza.
Is
Yeah.
the original Scars Pizza where where it still is, or original meaning that's where the first one opened?
They're keeping that location as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they're keeping that. They mentioned all vegan pizzas place, a bigger place for the original Scars Pizza.
So they're opening a new location as Scars Pizza as well, like
bigger,
two
across,
Scars Pizza.
like the way the article says is across the street.
Yeah, down the block, in the middle of the block, across the street.
Bigger,
And
bigger.
they're going to keep the regular location open,
Yeah, yeah, and this is a real big sit down spot.
like a
It's
restaurant.
yeah, and it's so big that it actually has entrances from 2 streets.
Oh, damn.
So you have the Orchard Street entrance, and then I want to say it's Bowery on the other side. I could be wrong. I don't know New York that well, but whatever street is running parallel to Orchard, there's a opening to Scars Pizza on that side of the block as well.
And it's going to be called Scars Pizza?
Yeah, yeah, it's Scars Pizza. It's Scars
Okay.
Pizza. So I thought actually that the original location was gonna have something to do with sushi as well. You didn't read that in the article?
There is a sushi
Component in there somewhere,
component
right?
In there, yeah,
Yeah.
So that just caught my eye. If you're in New York soon, we were there, but we did not hit Scars Pizza when I was there last week or 2 weeks ago.
Shout out to Scars Pizza, man. I had the chance to walk through the build out of that new restaurant when it was being built with Scar, and yeah, I'm excited for them, man. I think it's beautiful. It's a nice location. It's right next to their original spot, and it's a real nice sit down, and the quality of the pizza is always going to be top notch, and so yeah, I'm excited to go out there and go go grab a slice or a
Yeah, I
whole
You
mean,
going for
pie.
the grand opening?
there's a
If there is one, I'm gonna go.
there's a
But you know,
mention of. Go no, go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say, they talk a lot about the pizza, and while the pizza is incredible, dog, I had to go for the.
Chicken sandwich?
I tried the chicken parm, dog, and it's fire. It's fire. I'm not even gonna front. The chicken parm sandwich is fire, and I'm not even a salad dude, but they got a Caesar salad that's incredible as well. So, but of course, they're known for their pizza, but there's other things there as well too. So, yeah, shout out to them. Go ahead, Rome. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, there's just a mention of the Air Force Ones, of Clark, of the resale of the Air Force Ones, and then what it says is the first plan was an all vegan slice shop, but then Scar had another idea, omakase. He says, drawing on each syllable, a sushi counter with the chef from the gyro tree. So that's a bit more
Mm,
So
information. If
pizza
you,
and sushi.
hey, get it
Get it
possibly,
together.
popping.
yeah.
Yo,
You know,
get it.
Scar has spent a lot of time in Japan, and still does up to this day. He's there a lot of time out of the year, and probably his love
What
for Japanese
what was
culture
his
and
thing?
food
What was
has
his
led to
thing
that.
before pizza? What did he do before pizza?
According to the article, he's been working. He's been working in food since he was. I mean, since like he's
Yeah, I
always been
mean,
working in food. He had an early mentor who he's still friends with, and you know what I'm saying. He was milling his own, like basically he was making his own flours.
Mm.
he
I
still
mean,
does that in the basement
flour,
of.
not flour. Yeah, making his
Yeah,
own flour. He explains some of the business behind it, just in terms of like what it took to get them there. It took him 2 years for the press to even recognize them.
Like acknowledge them.
Yeah, acknowledge them. Yeah, yeah. So he's been working at a downtown pizzeria. He's been working in pizza since he was 17.
since he
He's
was a
Dope.
now
kid. Yeah,
he's now 42.
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah. Did you all see, like, I think last week, maybe around Thanksgiving, LeBron James was wearing the Scars Air Force Ones, and he had a whole fit that kind of went along with it, and it made a lot of news, and it was all over like my timeline and my algorithm. Um,
I thought that picture was of you.
I feel
It
like
was, it was Abdul ankle down picture.
I feel like LeBron got one of the 48 pair, or they just made more pairs for LeBron.
no, LeBron got gifted a pair by
Yeah,
Clark.
see, there you go. So that's just the best free advertising you could have, so to
He
speak.
probably had him on ice till he just took that picture
Of
too.
course, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Episode 187 was a podcast. The Art Basel in Miami is now in full swing.
I thought
Um,
you was going to be down there, Rome.
I leave in the morning.
Oh wow.
Uh, yeah, so um,
Are you playing down there or just?
playing Friday.
Oh word. Where are you playing at?
Blackbird Ordinary, which is
Dope.
which is in Brickell. I was actually supposed to play there Tuesday night as well, but we couldn't agree on. I just couldn't get some things together up here. They were all for. I couldn't get some things together up here. Um,
How long you gonna be down there for? The whole week?
nah, just till Saturday. I gotta be back here, so
Okay.
I needed to be down there for 4 days. Getting 2 days perfectly fine. I'll make it work and still be great at what
You
I
going
need
down there
to
with
do.
Pierre?
Pierre's whole squad is going. Yeah, so
oh wow.
all of Studio Sonic is going. We're gonna
I
mob
mean, that's their
around.
bag. That's art related stuff, and
Well,
they're
they were actually
heavily
featured.
involved in that.
They got featured in Vogue last year. I'm sorry.
Wow.
For
Studio
their
Sonic did.
for their not like not even their work, like their clothes. You know what I'm saying? So I
And
feel like
wow.
yeah, they were in Vogue. So we're gonna do a lot of stuff at the Rubel Museum. That's where all the Nike Virgil stuff is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so there's a Rubel up here now as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's the old what is it by Blind Wino? I think that's now the Rubel Museum.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna do that. Um, there's a Soho House thing. There's a lot of Soho House stuff.
Yeah.
There is obviously like the actual Art Basel is something that we always try to go to down there because it's really really dope. Like you get there at 11 in the morning, you're there till like 3 in the afternoon, seeing everything. Design Miami is something that Pierre and I like we enjoy that. Like to go there as well. Um, there's one more fair I can't think of, but there's I enjoy going there with Pierre and L because they want to see the art. Like they want to be a part of the actual process and seeing what's good. It's not so much about the parties and the parties are cool, but
Yeah, but the parties are always in Miami.
yeah, I mean I just don't necessarily care about the American Express ASAP Rocky party.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
spend 3 hours trying
Is
to get
that a
a
real
ticket to
party?
that. They've had it before. You know
Oh,
what I'm
Yeah.
okay.
saying? And a lot of times, there are a lot of credit card beneficial type parties. Like if you're an Amex
Yeah.
holder, you can get in this party, whatever. I'm like, well,
Are
I
we
got
gonna
to
see
see.
Lex down there?
I
Lex
got to.
Lex with the private
N-
driver?
no, no. I was with Lex when I was in New York recently, and we had a tremendous conversation.
Is he coming off
And
back on Instagram?
slowly but surely, like he's in a good place. I think he needed
He needed a
to
reset.
something like that. Yeah. So
That's did he
um,
get hemmed up?
not that I know of. He just
Oh,
took
we,
he
we
just
got to
took a
get Lex
break.
on the show
Yeah.
and he got to
So
answer some questions about this.
Art Basel's gonna be great, man. Quick 48 hours, all I need. I really want to do 4 days, but I know I'm gonna go harder next year to make sure that happens. Try to get Bella down there with me too.
Well, that
Nice.
would be dope.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, if you go
Uh,
to Soho House, go check out Rocky's Matcha, man. They got a little pop up over there and taste it. Try it out.
not a big matcha person.
I had my first matcha in
I
LA.
love I love matcha.
I've never had matcha before.
I've
You had
had
it hot or cold?
I had it hot.
Iced matcha's fire too.
I've had matcha at Commonwealth VA.
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
they have matcha as well down
Yeah,
there.
so
Yeah,
You don't like it?
it's just not my thing. I'm
I
not.
fuck with
It's
it.
not terrible, but
yeah, it's not
uh,
terrible, but
I
yeah,
would much rather.
I like it if it's sweetened right. I fuck with it.
You should try iced. It's fire.
Um,
I'm not a big iced coffee guy either. Are you a iced coffee dude?
Nah, I don't like iced coffee, but I like
Oh,
iced
okay,
matcha.
I
okay,
I
would.
like
all
iced
right.
tea. You
I
like
would
iced
need
tea?
matcha
No,
in a
not at all.
tea.
Oh
I don't
wow,
like iced tea at all.
wow.
I would need matcha in a hot tea
Right,
if that's what we're
in
talking
a
about.
hot version.
Matcha is tea.
But like the way that it looks like the Commonwealth stuff, it just looks like a green additive, right? Like
No,
it's
but
just
that's what it is. It's like a green powder that they mix
that's what
up.
I'm saying. So I just need it in it. I just want like I can have
You
my regular green tea, throw some matcha in there. If that's what we're doing.
that's extra spicy.
I don't need
Yo,
it. I mean, I'll be
like
honest with
that's a
you though.
double tea bag. Pause.
I'll be
I
honest.
don't know if
I
that's
don't need it at
allowed.
all. I don't need it at all. Like many times, many times I've been to Commonwealth,
That's
Virginia. I'm
not a
like,
matcha. I think that's another concoction.
I think you just invented something
You just created your own vibe.
listen,
like green tea with matcha.
I'll be down there soon enough. I'll let y'all know.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, go to Rocky's Matcha and demand them to make it your way.
I
Tell
don't
them
know
be
if
like,
that's
yo,
Yeah,
gonna
he's like
happen,
just
but
regular tea. Just
Abdul
regular
said,
tea.
yeah, yeah,
I truly believe that's not gonna happen. But if it does, I'll try to keep it.
yeah.
You probably be all right at the Commonwealth store to get it your way.
I mean, I don't have to pay for it at Commonwealth, so
That's what
that's
I'm
the
saying.
best part about it.
There you go.
Do they have
Saturday,
somebody manning the matcha bar the whole time at the Commonwealth store VA, or any of the salespeople can go back there and bust one out for you?
they can all do that.
I think they're all trained at it
They're
because
all trained to do it.
I was watching the other people that were making it at Rocky's joint. It's not like
No, no,
making
no, no,
coffee.
no, no, no.
There's a skill
It's a
required.
art. It's an art to it.
Yeah, there's
I
some
think
this.
Commonwealth might even do matcha lemonade. I'm not sure. I think they
Wait
do.
a second.
That
Okay,
sounds. Look,
I think
Abdul's
they
ready for
do.
that. Like
that might be a little.
green tea lemonade.
That might be a little. Yeah, I might fuck with that.
Speaking of streetwear stores, Soul Priorities is going to open in Pentagon City Mall Saturday,
Yeah,
December 3rd.
This
So
Saturday.
this
this
Saturday.
Saturday, yes.
Word.
Yeah, yeah, this Saturday. We still have the giveaway that's gonna happen, right?
I
We
believe
didn't pick
that's
anyone yet, right?
I believe that's on y'all. Yeah, whenever y'all want to do that, knock it
I
out.
I think we should just do it on Saturday.
That would be dope.
We'll pick somebody out on Saturday. Shout out to Zach and Chasen who joined us 2 episodes ago. We got a lot of feedback and messages, a lot of love about the interview and that conversation we had with those guys. And I think we answered a lot of questions people wanted to know about, man. You know what it has
For
to do with
sure.
fakes or pricing and customer service and things like that. Um, yeah, I think Soul Priorities DMV is gonna do really good, man. I'm gonna check them out. I'm gonna go by there on uh, on Saturday. They got a few pieces that they're dropping. I kind of want to see what these trophy room ones are talking about. I never got
Oh,
a chance to get them.
you gonna go up
So
there with some trade bait?
it's very possible. I'm gonna go up there and make the deal, and then come back and you know
Work, make
pick
it
out a
happen.
yeah, make it happen. If they have a size 9, I think that's gonna be mine. Uh, and
You're like, I'm already calling. I got dibs on it.
yeah, listen, but they listen. Soul Priorities out here moving and shaking. They're moving things around and
They in
taking
the,
employees from other stores
oh,
and you
word?
listen. You got they're making their presence felt, shaking up some things. So shout out to them and shout out to Josh and Juice and Chasen and Zach. I think everybody's gonna be up here for the opening. So yeah, I'm gonna stop by and say what's up at
Dope.
some point
Are
over
you
the
gonna
weekend.
take Sean Paul to the opening?
We'll see.
There you go. See,
I mean, he might be able to work something out with the trophy rooms for a little celebrity cameo. You know what I'm saying?
Sean Paul. You know what I mean? Just
You know what I'm saying?
make it work. But
He could
nevertheless,
work
man,
something out.
if you're in DC area, excuse me, you should hit up Soul Priorities Pentagon City Mall, which is was that Arlington? I think it's
Arlington,
Arlington.
Arlington,
Crystal
Roslyn.
City, Arlington,
Crystal City,
whatever.
Yep,
Arlington,
Yeah.
Crystal
in
City.
Northern Virginia. They opened this weekend, so check them out. It should be a great weekend. You know what I'm saying, to go out there and get it popping.
Hell
Yeah.
Episode 187 was a podcast. Uh, you know, we do in the podcast sort of field. We've definitely seen many podcasts come and go, consistent changes, updates to the lineup, specifically when they have more than, let's say, three people on the podcast. This is such with the Math Hoffa podcast,
Mm.
who I believe recently let go of two of the guys that were there, um,
I think
and
two of the guys that were on the mic
and
and
the
one guy.
cameraman,
Yeah.
and like
And
the
a cameraman.
cameraman, and the camera,
Yeah.
but it was like the cameraman. Because if you
Wow.
look at the show now, it looked like the camera they're using is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It looks terrible.
The new camera looks terrible. Is that what you're saying?
If you compare the old episodes to
It's
the
not the
new
same.
episodes, it looks
I've
terrible.
never watched them on video.
I mean, that's the best way
That's
to watch it.
I
that's
only
the only
know
way.
I only know what Matt Hoffa looks like. I in my mind, actually, this would be a good exercise because I'm gonna tell you what I think Bigger looks like, and you tell me. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. In my mind, he sounds like a fat dude with a really big head.
Nope.
Nah,
And because he talks like this, he's just slobbering a little bit.
he talks. He bigger. It looks like somebody who would be an X Clan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Am I
right.
right? Am I close to that?
He
Like
definitely looks like
he looks
somebody
like he'd be an X
who
Clan.
like used to be an ex-clan.
Yeah, for sure. To the east, my brother. To the east.
Exactly.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
Mecca to me sounds like he would be. He got locks.
I don't think so. Does he? Nah.
No, no. I'm telling
he
you what
does.
I imagine him to
Oh,
look
he
like.
does have locks.
He does have locks. Brown skin with locks and always wearing like a fitted. No.
Nah.
Okay. Well, I was halfway there.
Mecca
was
looks
halfway
like
right.
Mecca looks like he would be in like he'd be a 5%er. Like that's what
He
Mecca
probably
looks
is a
like.
5%er.
He's a 5%er.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bigger definitely looks like
I
he
mean,
was
Mecca
in
Mecca
X
is a
Clan.
is a 5%
A
of
five
name.
percent
So.
name, right? So, but Mecca is like Busta Rhymes guy. So you know
Yep.
what I'm
Oh,
saying?
really?
Yeah, that's why that's like his thing. He's like his right hand man. Actually, he's been that way for a long time. So which is crazy.
So he is a 5%er.
Probably, yeah,
All
Definitely.
right.
yeah. But so as they've let go of the show, let go of some cast members, There's a couple new cast members. I think they've had like Graf has been on there, and one or two other people trying to.
There's like one dark skinned dude who just doesn't even say nothing the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
He just be posted like he don't say shit.
That's bigger.
That's bigger.
Yeah.
And he don't say shit.
Yeah. When he speaks, like mountain.
Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
barely
saying?
speaks.
But
I don't really like biggest commentary.
so
You know, he
what
tries
I'm-
to go too conscious.
Yeah,
All right, go ahead.
Yes. I'm just trying to.
You gotta watch. You gotta watch it because then you'll like appreciate it more.
Yeah, you gotta.
I
watch
see. I
it.
listen to it when I'm running. And
Yeah, but
so-
watch it one
watch-
time to put like
just
a
watch it
face.
one time.
Yeah.
So recently they had MC Search on.
Oh
thing,
God,
And the MC Search episode has caused so much.
really?
Oh my.
thing.
Oh,
people hate it.
yo.
What
People hate
happened?
MC Search.
Because I
don't-
have my
I don't- I don't-
have
I
my
don't
own
know.
thoughts about it.
I listened to the whole interview and I don't like
Both
I-
parts. You listen to
yeah,
both.
but I'm not like
Okay.
a hip hop historian. I can't like fact check somebody who's like in hip. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know.
People
But
just don't.
people
believe.
are going crazy,
Yeah,
man.
they're
What are
hating.
they saying?
Oh
What-
man,
They don't believe
Rock-
what he. They don't believe what he's.
I
None
didn't
of
believe.
them- no-
I didn't
and-
believe
well-
what anything he was
well,
saying.
and they're fact checking him like Pete Nice is fact checking him. Like,
wow.
like
So-
Pete Nice's Instagram is like he's like dedicated to like
To shit
Cru-
on Sir.
like shit, like posting pictures, like crazy pictures.
What
of
was
him.
he saying? What is
Yeah.
what is
So
what is Pete Nice saying?
That's the thing about he doesn't refer to Pete Nice by name at all. He calls
No,
him my
he-
ex-partner.
Yeah.
And he will not refer to him by name.
Yeah.
And nobody knows Pete Nice's side of the story because
Well, I didn't even know. We finally heard what Search's side of it is, or what
Search
he
said Pete Nice called his wife
called
a
his
bitch or
wife a
something like
bitch.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you gotta get over that, G. You know what I'm
Or like I mean like or handle it. Like
Yeah.
somebody calls my wife a bitch, they're gonna get the hands. And
They
then
just- I haven't-
afterwards, you know,
saying?
whatever.
I haven't listened to the whole. I haven't watched the whole interview yet. But
Okay.
I feel like
I listened to both parts.
Yo,
I feel
Rakim has been going on him.
Wait, what did Rakim say? The
'Cause
God?
Somebody, I think I don't know if it was Search who said it, but said like Rakim needed help writing some of his lyrics, so like he helped him, and Rakim was like,
No,
He was like,
I don't remember
Search-
that part.
Search, I will fuck you up. He was like, you my man and everything, and I got love for you, but I will fuck you up.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, Search was
He
just
Rakim said that on like Lord Sear's podcast. Because Lord Sear was like interviewing him and was saying some crazy shit like that. And he was like, that man never wrote any of my lyrics. Like, I don't need no fucking help, nobody writing my lyrics.
I mean, I don't know why he tries to make himself sound like he was known to be a lyricist. His rhymes were always so elementary. Like,
But that's the state that hip hop was in back then too. I mean, you
Yeah.
only had a handful of people that were like, you know, like Rakim and all them, but like most of the rhymes it had like a kind of like an elementary storytelling.
no, but he also he also came up on the other. Yeah, I mean, the '80s third base should have elevated from. Actually, that's not even true. You had Cool G Rap. You had Big Daddy Kane.
that was the night. G Rap was the 90s though.
but
they all were kind of.
they were all
80s, early 90s.
yeah.
Yeah.
So was third base. Third base was
Yeah,
really
no,
in the
no,
Third
'90s
base
too.
was
They were
yeah.
89. They were like 89. So
80. I think they said they got signed like 84, 85.
right. So the
Yeah,
thing about
yeah,
it
but
is I
that-
think people just don't believe what.
Back to the
Search
Grill. When
said.
did that come out with Nas on it?
It's like 90, 91.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That was
Yeah.
that was
Oh,
the year.
Yeah, but when did Gasface come out and like
89.
I'll look it up right
90s.
now.
exactly? Yeah.
When
I
did
think a lot of what
Gas-
people feel about Search is he's just not telling the truth.
They were saying like
Yeah.
Doom's family didn't want him at the funeral. He didn't come to Doom's funeral. Like
So,
they
see,
like
and a lot of it too is I think
Gasface came out in '89.
exactly yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think the only thing that Search might be halfway telling the truth about is the Nas.
How he didn't make no money off Nas.
Bullshit.
No, the like whatever like the Jay-Z paid.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, well, he
that's
said,
the truth.
yeah, Jay-Z doesn't own any of Nas's royalties. Nas owns Jay-Z's.
Yeah,
Jay-Z
50% of Jay's royalty publishing
Only for that
song.
one song.
Yeah, only for that one song.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of negativity going. Search.
There's just a lot of people fact checking him, and his
There wa-
his
there-
shit's not checking out.
There was a lot of inconsistencies even as he was speaking. I think he was forgetting what he was saying. There was one part of the interview when he just said Oh, when they were like, "Yo, do you remember any of the names of the guys you were battling when you said you were going into these projects and battling
No,
all these people?" And
no.
he's like, "Nah, man, I wish I did, man. I would love to shout them out. I just, I'm not good with names. I'm
And
really
then
good
like
with faces."
five minutes later, he's
Literally
name
five
dropping
minutes later.
everything.
Literally 5 minutes later, he's like, I'm. He said, initially he said, "I'm not good with names. I'm really good with faces,"
Yeah.
and then 5 minutes later, he's like, one of my really strong traits is that I've always been really good with names, and I might not remember your face, but I'm always gonna remember your name. Like
Yeah.
he just in like a span of like 10 minutes, he did a complete fucking 180.
Listen, man. I think what happens, people, those bright lights come on. Those bright lights come on, and people
Yeah.
don't know. They just forget. They get nervous.
Yo, you
They
had
start
Abdul,
talking crazy.
you got to go to like to Pete Nice's Instagram and just read all the comments. Like Pete Rock is going like in the comments. Like everybody's in his comments. Like, yo,
I
it's
wonder,
crazy.
but Pete Nice doesn't address why they broke up.
But he's like posting like pictures of receipts and like lawyer, like all the shit that Search was saying. Pete Nice is like, you full of shit. Here's this receipt from this lawyer. Here's this contract we signed with Def Jam. Here's this. He's like, I keep everything. Like I will drop everything on you.
He does. Pete Nice is like
Like
He's a historian.
he's a
like a
historian, but
sports
he's a
historian.
sports
Yeah.
historian.
Yeah.
He's like a memorabilia guy. So
And
like,
so
Really?
you know he's keeping all his shit.
but he has early Def Jam jacket.
He's a hip hop historian too. Like,
Yeah, and one of the things that was really weird, and he said how he even met Pete Nice was he was on his way to a meeting with a record label, and somebody was like, "Yo, you should meet up with this kid. He just signed to Def Jam or with Rush Management. I can't remember which one it was, but you should meet up with him and whatever." So he goes and meets up with this person, and it was Pete Nice,
yep.
and he went into it with the impression that this person was signed to Def Jam or to Rush Management,
Mhm.
and because that's what he was told. And then he said he just found out only 3 years ago that Pete Nice was never even signed with Def Jam or with Rush Management.
And then Pete Nice posted on his Instagram that he was signed, dated with lawyers and contracts and everything.
Wow.
He got the receipts on everything.
Yeah, fucking Search, man.
Yo,
He just strikes me as a very dishonest dude, even just from looking at his face.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely was swindling.
Well,
Yeah.
his quote unquote rap career might have lasted what 5 years, and so he's been unactive.
Nah, it lasted like 10 years.
I mean, I'm just saying as a well known act, he was probably out of the game before.
I remember when his solo album came out, that shit was all right.
I don't remember
like,
that.
He
The
just
Cactus-
always thought he was so dope,
the
and I was
Cactus
just like,
album was
man,
fire.
You said
you
what?
are
The
fucking
Cactus album was fire.
Fire.
Yeah.
subpar at
It's
best.
It's some beats.
No, the Cactus album?
I don't think I even listened to that shit.
The Cactus album's fire, dog. You should listen to it now. It's fire.
He said he's about to own everything starting tomorrow, December 1st. After 35 years, the artist gets everything back. If this is actually even true.
No,
I
he
think.
can re-release it and he get all of it. Like if
Yeah.
he re-releases it, but he can't re-release it
I
without
think
Pete
the,
Nice.
I think the problem is that nobody's checking for it now. It's not like
Yeah.
it's the Beastie Boys, right?
Yeah,
The
like,
Beastie Boys.
nobody's. When's the last time you streamed the Cactus out? You know what I mean? Like
I
nobody's
mean,
listening to
there's
that
some
shit.
There's some joints on the album.
Now I hear you, but like
but
but you're a DJ. Like
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah, for
like
sure.
Abdul's not listening to that shit.
no.
Well, you can if he claims, like he said, he has a big plans to re-release it. So he made it sound like he owns everything he needs in order
I
to
don't
release that shit.
I don't think he can re-release it without Pete Nice.
Not if he owns it. If he owns
Well,
it, he can re-release it without.
I
Pete
doubt.
Nice.
I doubt he owns it. Pete Nice is the one that got all the receipts to everything. I doubt
But
Serge.
again, here's my thing: like, what good is being able to re-release something if one, you can't do it with your partner, and two, there's no buzz, there's no build up to the. You just gonna put
Well,
it
now
out.
there's buzz now.
It's
We're talking
negative
about
buzz.
it.
It's negative buzz.
Yeah, but all press is good press, dog.
And he was
I
just
don't believe
speaking
it.
too much about his wife. Like, dog, I don't fucking care.
Yeah,
Respectfully.
Like, what does she do? What does she have to do with anything?
Listen, I'm glad you have a fantastic relationship.
Yeah,
but
God bless
why
you.
are you spending an hour talking about her? Like,
Yeah,
I'm glad you're happily married and 30 some years. Listen,
Yeah.
salute. But why is she coming up in the career? You talk about your career. I guess I don't know, man.
That's
Maybe
probably why.
maybe I'm
That's
just being
probably
a
why.
hater.
That's probably why Pete Nice called her a bitch because she probably was always around, up in everything.
She
You
might have
know,
been Yoko Ono.
Yeah, exactly. The hip hop Yoko
I
Ono.
didn't know. I didn't know about that, but that's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
cause like there's, if you're in a group, you're gonna have disagreements, and yeah, that's your girl, and obviously you don't want anybody to disrespect your peoples, but at some point we just gotta sit down like it is, sit down like men, and just hash it out. There's too much money to touch, too much
Hmm.
Yeah,
opportunity on the table. Like I get it. You don't want anybody to disrespect your peoples. I
I mean, she
understand
shouldn't.
that.
She shouldn't be
shouldn't
around.
don't
She
be
shouldn't
around.
be. Won't be around to a point where one of my homies is going to get to call you that. If
Yeah,
we're
not
doing,
only that,
if you're doing
if
business,
this is
what are you doing there?
business,
Yeah. What are you
you're not
doing
you're not
here?
gonna bring your fucking girl to every meeting that we
No.
have, or what I'm saying. Like, yo,
Yeah.
we're working together.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, anybody can feel some sort of way if I keep on bringing my wife around. Like, yo,
Especially if she's putting her 2 cents in.
yeah, like, yo, fam, you're not a part of this. Sit over there,
What's a podcast?
respectfully.
What's a podcast? Episode 187. Let us know how you feel about
Man, I'm glad my wife not
innocent
like that.
search. Uh, um,
Same.
Yo,
the
oh my god,
Balenciaga went through a weird sort of
What
campaign.
the fuck happened
It
with
was
that?
just
what is
there was
going on?
They
I
had
believe there
like
was
kids dressed up in S&M or
some
something. What the fuck
BDS,
is going on?
some BDSM stuff. It wasn't
What
good.
is BDSM?
I don't
Google it.
know. I don't know what it breaks down to, but it's like
Child porn?
nah, it's
chains
like the
and whips
leather and
and all that
chains and
stuff.
shit, like S and
Oh
M
yeah,
type
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Okay. Wait, they had kids in that?
They had they
Something something along those
they had a
lines.
kid holding a teddy bear who was dressed up wearing that.
They had several kids holding teddy bears who were dressed up like in
The
Yeah.
teddy bear
bondage.
was dressed up in
Yeah,
bondage.
like leather straps and shit, and like you know,
Mhm.
not the kind of toy you want your kids walking
No,
around
of
with.
course not.
You know what I'm saying?
And what they were saying is the artist that created that work, or the director that created that work, is the same guy that Beyonce used for her recent album cover.
Yep.
Like, so he had all the credit, he had all the praise in the world up until this.
Yeah, but that shit got approved.
Of course,
You
that's
know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying? Like
It
he
got
that
pushed through.
it got approved. It wasn't like
Yeah.
It was bad business. Well,
Yeah.
and obviously, like I saw the Kardashians were heavy into it when they had to do a 180 on it. But speaking of the Kardashians, Kanye was ordered to pay Kim $200,000 a month
Woo.
for
And she
child
don't even
support.
need it.
$2.4 million a year.
Wow.
Um, it's like
Wow.
it's like he wrote Gold Digger, did listen to himself. You know what I'm saying? Like
No
he wrote
bullshit.
Gold Digger. Kanye was recently in Frederick, Maryland.
What?
Yeah,
What the fuck was he doing out there?
on some like racist, ignorant dude's YouTube channel.
No way. That was
Yeah,
in
Wow.
yeah, yeah,
Frederick.
yeah, Frederick, Maryland. Yeah,
Wait, like a white supremacist
yeah,
racist
yeah,
dude?
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Anti-Semitic, white racist, like
all
Trump
that,
And
supporter.
all that.
Yeah.
and this
He
okay, go
lasted
ahead.
on the show. He lasted on the show all of like 10 minutes. He said they wouldn't allow him to talk, and then some girl, black woman, actually takes a picture with him at some diner in Frederick, and he had the stupidest look on his face.
All his
Um,
faces are stupid.
yeah, but I mean, one guy he's with was like fired from Barstool or Breitbart, fired from Breitbart for like saying that pedophilia was cool.
Pedophilia is cool.
Yeah, and then some other guy, Nick Fuentes, is just a super anti-Semite racist. Like
That sounds like a Spanish name.
I mean,
White.
he's half something. He's
Yeah.
half Spanish to some degree. It's very, and it's funny. I've been doing a lot of reading, just a lot. Like there's a lot of Spanish on Spanish racism.
Hmm.
A lot of Spanish on
Um,
black racism. Yeah.
well,
Period.
I was gonna get to that though,
Oh,
but
Well, I
okay.
mean,
I'm saying,
racism against black Latinos.
Yes.
well,
Yeah.
really, my first point was just like I just I was like we talked about last time how like Hitler ran to Germany. I mean, ran to Argentina
Argentina. Yeah,
Argentina.
South America.
So a lot of Germans followed that run. So you've got a lot of light skinned
Yo,
Argentines
anybody in South America got blonde hair and blue eyes.
has a
It's
godfather.
related to Hitler.
Well, just German Nazis
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
yeah,
So then I'm reading about like this the Argentines versus like Central Americans and like even North Americans, but like Mexicans, people in the Caribbean, darker skinned people, and then it starts to do it. Then it does start to get into the Spanish
Like
versus
colorists,
colorists, just like how they just like black people as well, Haitians and
Dominicans.
Dominicans versus Haitians and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yo, I get that y'all like have Bad Bunny and it's the world's most spoken language, but like a lot of the issues I feel like are just so unnecessary. Excuse me, so unnecessary. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
for sure.
it's sad a lot of the things that I was
I mean,
reading.
racism exists everywhere, man.
It does,
You
but
know what I
this
mean?
sort of colorist, you know, I'm Brazilian, you're Argentine, Bolivian, looking down on Peruvians. It's just crazy, bro. And I got caught up in like I was on the internet just reading stuff one night, and it's really really sad, man. Completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I
Ignorance,
mean?
man.
Ignorance, man. So, that I just the conversation just drove me there. Episode 187. Um,
There's a big aspect of sort of like self hate as well when it comes to like Cubans, Americans, and who've come into this country, and maybe their grandparents came in, whether by boat or something, and were led into this country, and now they've somehow established themselves and feel like they're at a level where they don't
Trump
want to
supporters.
allow. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
big Trump supporters. All of Florida is a huge Cuban uh
Trump.
immigrant population that
Yeah.
now they're super against allowing other immigrants into the country.
Yo,
It's
have you not watched any of those like border shows on TV where like the Mexican
no.
border and all the customs and border agents are all Mexican? It's like
Yeah,
all the police that work the border in like Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, all that, they're all Mexican, and they're like arresting their own people
yeah,
that are coming there the same way their ancestors came there.
yep,
It's like
yep.
what the fuck you
What
like? What
the
are you
fuck?
doing?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah. It's fucked up.
it's pretty sad, man. I mean, it's the world is a weird place. It's a very weird place.
Yeah, I mean humans are the worst.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Episode 187. Uh, I believe at this point we can talk about some sneakers.
Boom.
The oh no, actually no, oh no, we'll save that for the music. You're right. The concepts, the concepts. Orange lobsters are retailing at 350. Is that correct?
Abdul.
I don't even know. I saw you say something about that.
Yeah, so like our boy Alex got a pair and he posted it on the gram and it was like a receipt from Concepts and it was 350 for the orange
Okay.
lobsters.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think what he just bought is the special pair with that comes with the special boxing. And I mean, you have to.
Concepts locations will release a special edition package, $350
That's
Yeah,
crazy for an
on
SB dunk.
on December 2nd. But they have a wild
they go
clothing capsule.
crazy.
No, there's like 100. It's like 150 piece or it's a 30 piece. It's something. They have a clothing capsule that
That
is
goes with the lobsters.
that is insane. It's way too many
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah.
Way too many pieces. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I think that they're going crazy. I truly enjoy, man. Every Tuesday that I work at Commonwealth, there's a kid that comes over from Crushed, and
And he wears all the shoes skated
He's
out.
skating all the fire stuff.
Yep.
He had on he's had the Crush dunks. He had on the they had the new Be Trues. He had those on the other day, and so I'm pretty sure next week when I work, he'll have on the orange lobsters.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think so. Is Crush getting them?
I'm thinking they normally do uh um an early release at Concepts, and they eventually do hit some skate shops, a few skate shops.
It
I
says
don't
it
know if
says it
Crush is
says
getting them.
U.S. skate shops will release the shoes on December 20th.
There you go. There you
Wow.
go.
I
But
think Crush is gonna get him, bro. They get
I hope
everything.
so.
I hope they do.
I hope so. And I'm okay with getting them in the regular box. But I will say this. I mean, Concepts has historically always done crazy boxing for their
Yeah, it
special
comes with like a
boxes.
foam, like
Yeah, I mean, if you look at
dry ice.
dog, if you go back to that, like the first couple of lobster releases that they had, and yeah, they had the dry ice with the foam box and made it look like it was like,
Picnic table
yo,
shit. Like,
yo, it's crazy. So,
yeah,
and all of this shit is not Nike's idea. This is
no,
all them putting it out. So I can see how this shit can get expensive, and who knows what comes with that special packaging. Like, maybe there's
a
some of the
t-shirt, a
clothes and
hat.
all that
Yeah,
stuff
you're right. You're right.
that's coming out. And I mean,
That's still a lot though.
350 is a lot of money, but
For a pair of dunks, that's a lot.
I think
Yes, I
I
was
would
right.
pay it.
130-piece surreality, a collection of 130 pieces that are coming out with this shoe.
Mm.
130-piece collection.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Come on, man.
Are they dropping that all? It's all dropping in Miami tomorrow, I think. I mean, I think they're saying
Do they have a store down there?
no, but it's part of they're dropping it at Art Basel, and I know there's an event tomorrow, and maybe that's where it's dropping. I don't know,
well,
and
There's a
maybe
concepts event.
yeah, and then maybe in concept stores on December 2nd, which is New York, Dubai, and Boston. But I think the Art Basel shit is tomorrow. So
I mean, you won't catch us there, but God bless
No.
you.
no, but Rome, if you're able to get me a size 9, just cop that shit. All right. Oh,
We're going to the
He's like, that's not
no,
happening.
we're going to the Virgil thing where
the
I've seen all
exhibit.
the where they have all the pictures, all the shoes, the unreleased stuff. Um,
Did you see one of the mid Air Forces, the black one, and some of the pictures with the Rashid Wallace logo on it?
I did see that. It looked crazy.
Crazy.
Actually, there's a very good article on the New York Times if you guys get a chance to speak. It's with
About,
his wife.
I want to
Yeah.
read that. I need a subscription. Let me get you a
No, you
username and
don't.
password.
No, you don't.
No?
I googled it last night.
Okay.
Free joint came up. But yeah,
She got
man.
the
I
black
mean,
fours.
she had the black fours on, and she just kind of spoke her truth. You know what I'm saying? Why
Yeah.
she was so low in the years
Listen,
before.
she just lost a loved one. Nobody gonna take that away from her.
Well, yeah, but I mean, she's speaking about the whole
You mean
timeline.
like while he was alive?
Oh, I
Everything.
see. While he was sick.
Yo, they was together since he was 18, she was 17. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Just
Damn.
the whole thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who he's really cool with. Like, you know what I
Is
mean? He
Kanye
would still
mentioned
check
in
up
there?
on her. They say he is, but I don't recall seeing his name at all. Like, she didn't speak ill of anybody. She more so was just like,
But she
I'm
didn't
in.
bring up Kanye's name.
That she brought
Who
up.
was he
She
cool
brought.
with? Like, who was his homie?
She brought up Jerry Lorenzo, I believe.
Ivan.
As some. No, just Jerry Lorenzo. But like, I think the dude was trying to get her to say names, and she was just like, I think she said something about Jerry or something like that. But
Yeah.
Hmm.
really just spoke about, just him. She's like, I knew him. They have a picture of his kids. I had never seen his son before, but they have a picture of his son.
How
The
old are
daughter,
his kids? Did they say?
the daughter's 9. The son is 5, I believe.
Wow.
That's
So
horrible, man.
yeah,
That's we got kids that age, Rome.
true indeed. Yeah,
Yeah.
my child is getting tall. So it's just a good article.
I
Everybody
gotta
should
read
read
that.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a solid look, man. I'll be interested to see if she can. I would like to see if her pull it off, but I think she has to understand the scope of what my man had going on. You know what I'm saying? And
I
she,
mean, I'm sure she knows better than anybody.
yeah, but like
Hmm.
they even the way they're like, yo, she opened up a company called Virgil Abloh Securities,
Hmm.
and she's trying to put everything under the umbrella of this company.
Right.
So obviously she has to work with Nike on something. She has to work with
Louis.
yeah. There's just a bunch. It's a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
He had a
So
million things happening.
according to Nike, he has enough. They have enough product, enough ideas to still roll out stuff for an entire year.
Jesus.
Those Rashid Wallaces are dropping.
I wouldn't be surprised if all of it drops. Your man had pictures of him. Video or pictures?
Who?
One of them, the dude from Complex.
Oh yeah, he's down there.
Yeah. So, but that just opens to the public tomorrow. So clearly he got the VIP treatment.
Hmm.
But it's a good article, man. It's a good read. If she can pull it off, it's a really good. It'll be a wonderful thing to see his name kept alive
Yeah, for
and
sure.
spoken of in a positive light. You know what I'm saying? There's the JJ Jown Sambas, fire.
I'm
I
getting
need
those.
those. I need those. I need the. I don't like the black and white colorway, but that
The brownish, the
brown
tan
one,
joint.
those are fire.
I kind of like the black and white ones too.
Oh man, those are fire. What else is dropping sneaker wise?
Oh, did you see the new reverse Brazil dunks for next year?
I
Nah.
saw them a minute ago,
Oh
man.
shit, dog! Look them shits up.
Oh, we can't. We have to talk about it. I mean, there was obviously the biggest sneaker drop of the year,
Wait, what?
the Lost and Found.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I was unsuccessful, which I knew, right? Wasn't tripping. I think there were two restocks today. Matter of fact,
Really?
DTLR restocked today at 10 a.m.
Hmm.
and one other site. I think maybe Foot Action, Foot Locker. Somebody
Mm.
that was today they had restocked. I don't know anybody except for my brother told me they got them off sneakers. Um, but I do see that Nike is putting a lot more product out. Obviously, it's the holidays, you know what I'm saying? So you get it, but there was a lot of upset people with those Jordans. Twitter was ablaze.
Yeah. Um, I actually did not get as many. I actually don't have any pairs in hand yet. Um, I thought I was gonna get 7, and I think I'm down to like 3. Maybe 4 if I'm lucky. But I like I said, I don't have any in hand yet. Nothing's promised, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I think that there's a different belief this time. The 800,000, the most pairs, whatever that the truth of that is,
Not true.
we'll never know. But it doesn't look like it was true. That this was
Mm,
the most highly.
Did you haven't got one pair yet, Abdul?
no,
You secured pairs, you just haven't received them?
no, I haven't even like paid for anything or nothing like that yet.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But again, like we said, a lot of this is just
I mean, I'm told I'm good, but listen, I'm
Until
never
they
good
send that
until
invoice,
yeah,
until it's in
until
hand.
that tracking
yeah,
tracking number
yeah,
goes out.
exactly.
Um,
Nothing is promised.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's just again, I think there was a lot of hurt feel, and this is actually where I saw a lot of women complaining as well. Like, I think a woman always looks great wearing Jordan ones. It just looks tremendous, you know. And like, well, let me say it this way: wearing that colorway of Jordan ones. Some of these Jordan one colorways are disgusting,
Yeah,
but a woman in that colorway, she's on her shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I saw a lot of women complaining on Twitter. Obviously, dudes were upset. Um, so it's just unfortunate, man. You know, but life goes on. You got to keep pushing. They've probably put out another 100 pair of sneakers since those dropped. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And you know, it is what it is. So now we'll say, what is Abdul watching?
Um, Man, I honestly haven't watched a whole lot of TV. But
Been traveling.
yeah, I've been around. So, but I did. I'm back on watching The Good Fight on Paramount Plus. I just restarted um that shit up on Monday, and yeah, that's all I got, man. I don't have a whole lot for TV talk this week. I'll come back with some new
You
shit for
watch it. You
y'all.
watching Tulsa King?
Yeah, I started it and I'm
It's
not
only three.
fucking.
It's only 3 episodes. I think it got a little bit better after the first one.
Really? I could
Yeah,
not even finish the first one.
yeah, it got a little bit better.
All right, so maybe I'll give it a chance.
And did you watch that Jonah Hill with Stutz?
What is it called?
Stutz, Stutz.
No, what's that?
It's like Jonah Hill, that like chubby comedian dude, where
Yeah, I know Jonah
he like
Hill.
he like makes a documentary about him and his like psychiatrist, I believe.
Is it like a real thing or
Yeah, both. It's like a real documentary about
is
him
it
and
a
his psychiatrist.
mockumentary or
No, no, no. It's a real.
documentary?
No, no, it's a documentary. Yeah, it's
Okay.
like a real. It's on Netflix. You should watch the trailer. It's pretty dope.
All right. I'll check that out.
Yeah.
I did also start watching this show on FX on Hulu called Fleischman is in Trouble or something like that. And it's actually pretty good. I watched the first 3 episodes, and I think that's all they have right now. I should look up what the name of that show is because it's got a dude in there that we all know. I think he was from Apple Pie. Fleischman is in Trouble is the name of the show. And what other movies is this dude been in, man? He is oh, this is a movie. No, I'm talking about the show. Oh, it's based on a novel. I didn't even realize that. Okay. Anyway, this it's a show on Hulu. Really good, well done, based in New York City, and it looks like it was a movie at some time too. So, or it's based after a book. Check that out if you can. I'm waiting for new episodes. I think they come on every Thursday. So, but yeah, other than that, I got nothing, man. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I got some friends in town, and so I'm excited.
In a display of where it needs to go,
I know where you're going.
there was a clubhouse conversation between Whack 100, 21 Savage, and a couple other people. And at the time, 21 Savage was on the conversation stating that Nas's music was irrelevant.
I
21,
think they took that out of context though, because I don't think that he meant it like Nas is irrelevant. I'm just saying like maybe in like his audience, Nas's music is irrelevant.
that's a
Because
fair
I would say
point.
because I would say that people that probably listen to 21 Savage probably Nas is irrelevant.
That's a fair point.
You know?
That level of maturity is not always, what I'm saying, like found in a clubhouse conversation.
Yeah.
But the internet gets a hold of things and goes a
Yeah.
whole other direction.
Yeah.
So instead of it becoming this rap beef, 21 versus Nas, et cetera,
Let's
they
make a song.
they actually made a song together. It released Tuesday night, I believe. It's called One Mic, One Gun, which is the most literal phrase.
Abdul's not a fan of it.
I don't love the beat of the song, but I just love what it stands for. I love that
Yeah.
they were able to sit down at some point and say, "Listen, we're both artists. Let's make some art." You know what I'm saying? That's the
I
best.
feel like Nas looked at it the way that I looked at it. Like,
Yes,
like one
yes.
dude is 50 years old and the other one's 24 years old.
And
Like
he's 30.
not okay, whatever. But Nas is not relevant to his audience, to his demographics, to like the type of people that listen to his music. You know what I mean? Nas is probably not big in like Atlanta with like the 20 somethings,
I can agree with that, but
you know?
I feel like as an
But you
artist,
can't take away from what he's done to the game.
I don't think he was trying to do that. I don't think he
Exactly.
was trying to do that. I think
I
he
don't
was
think he meant. I don't think he meant to be disrespectful. There's so many other things you could say to be disrespectful to
what he
somebody.
what he basically was saying was Nas's fan base holds him up to this day. So while he's irrelevant to 21's crowd, he's always going to do well because he has a dedicated
That's
following.
real.
Yes. However, I just think coming from a 21 Savage, people didn't appreciate that message.
Yeah, I mean, I think people don't want to appreciate that message. They just want something to talk about.
Well, I also feel like people are like, yo, Nas just came off the album of the year. So it's a little bit
Yeah,
like
but that's also subjective too. Like 21 Savage probably doesn't think that's the album of the year, and like
correct. But
that's
like I
not his
said,
style of music, you know.
I'm not disagreeing with your points at all. But what I'm saying is Nas comes off
And I love Nas, you know. Don't get me
okay.
wrong.
So let's say Nas comes off a very highly critically acclaimed album, right? That is a fair thing. Now
100%
for 21 of all people who's very limited as a lyricist
for
to
sure.
question anything that Nas done, particularly these last 4 albums, is a little bit like, come on, bro, you're reaching. I think that's where
But
people
he didn't just come out there and say it. He got set up to that question. You know
for
what I mean?
sure, for sure. But you gotta be careful when you on when you're in these spaces,
But you
man.
don't though. You know, you don't.
No, because it could have gotten him.
They got him a song with money.
It could
You
have
know
went
what
the
I'm
it could
saying?
have went the other way if Nas
Got him a
was in a
song
different
with him.
space. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think obviously Nas was the more mature one out of the whole thing and probably understood what he was saying, and he made him relevant.
I think I mean, like you said, I like what the song stands for.
Yeah.
Um I just didn't think it was a good song. I'll be honest. I didn't think
Least favorite Nas song ever.
and I you all know I'm a big Nas
Super fan.
stan, and I hate even saying this about it, but I didn't even like his flow on the song. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a
I feel like it wasn't a
I don't know.
It
I
wasn't
ain't
a
fuck with it.
continuation of KD3.
I mean, I mean, he definitely should have came off a little bit harder
Yeah,
because he said he wasn't relevant. He should
yeah,
have
he should
definitely
have
bodied it.
bodied him.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But
yo,
I
put some
feel like
respect on my motherfucking name,
I feel
son.
Yeah.
like he was trying to step into 21's lane a little bit,
Yes, I thought so
and
too.
he should have
Don't.
just kept his KD
Don't
Should
though.
flow.
have just kept it
He kept the KD
Queens.
Don't
floor.
step in anybody else's lane.
He
And
never has, and you know, every now
Exactly.
and then he does play with his flow. We've seen that in the past as well.
I mean, he's
But
so good he can.
and I just wish for this one he would just like yo like set the record straight like who the best is. I don't know. Listen,
and
much
also
love to
shout out.
Nas.
Listen,
In my head, he's my big brother.
shout out to
Abdul had me standing outside the club waiting for Nas to show up.
shout out to
That's true.
what's my man's name? Quentin Miller.
Yep.
Okay.
Quentin Miller had a little bit of
Quentin Miller is the dude
Who wrote
who says he wrote all Drake's music.
not all
but
of them. He never
but
said he wrote all of them.
there was
Some bangers.
no, well, there was some conversation that he was writing some of Nas stuff,
Ooh.
and he had to actually come out this week. I watched the Instagram story or the Twitter story where he basically had to say like I threw him a couple ideas. We went back and forth, but it wasn't that serious. He's like Hit Boy just invited me to the studio because Nas was there. Him and Hit
And
Boy
I tossed some ideas around. I mean, that's what creatives do.
him and
Yeah.
Hit Boy are super close.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
but people take things out of context. You see what I'm
that's
saying?
what's wrong with the internet, man. People that feed into that shit are too
Yeah.
soft, and they like to stir shit up, man.
It's true.
Fuck the internet, man.
Yeah.
It's all good, man.
People
Episode
too
187
soft.
was the podcast. We knocked it out again. Shout out to my guy Osvaldo
Yeah.
Street with Eddie.
Peace, y'all.
Shout out to Don Charles Abdul.
Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for
Cheer.
everybody we met at Complex Con and for all the love we got from everybody. Yeah.
Cheer.
Yeah, man. Remember, what's a podcast on all Twitter, Instagram. What's the podcast? IG. Big things in the works. So
Rome, you know who said he listens to our podcast and enjoys it? Our guy Sky.
Sky's a good dude.
Shout out to Sky, man.
Might see Sky over the weekend, man. He's
Oh yeah, he's down in Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
So what's the podcast, man? Thank you for listening. Again, what's the podcast on Instagram, Apple Podcasts. I see people are starting to roll out their Spotify, what they listen to all year. And I believe Spotify does one for podcasts as well.
Okay.
So if Spotify is in your top listen to podcasts,
If we're in your top listen to
I'm sorry, if
podcast.
we're in your top listen to podcast on Spotify, please tag us, let us know. We won't be getting you anything, but we'll
We
appreciate
might
it.
though. We might give
might.
y'all
We
something.
might.
We
Oh
might.
shit. We should talk about the Georgia runoff election.
Oh, vote Warnock.
That's it.
That's
Vote
it.
Warnock, and we're gonna bless residents of Georgia with a giveaway. We're doing a sneaker giveaway.
If you DM us, well, no, they can't take a picture because that's like illegal
They can't take a picture of what their vote.
of the vote of the ballot.
No, I don't even. You know what? We're just gonna do a giveaway.
You can't
only
take a
to-
picture of your own ballot.
No, you can't take
do
a
that.
picture
It's
of anything inside in there. No, don't take a picture. And you know what? We're just gonna give the residents of Georgia the benefit of the doubt. We're gonna have a giveaway only if Warnock wins. We're gonna do a sneaker giveaway to already
when Warnock wins.
when Warnock wins. There we go. Shout out to Warnock. And please, when is that election? It's next coming couple of days, right?
The 6th.
Yeah.
So
week.
by the time we next week we should know. Oof, man, it's gonna be crazy. Next week Tuesday, yeah. So yeah, when Warnock wins, we're gonna do a giveaway, and it's gonna be open only to residents in Georgia. You'll have to really give us
Abdul's
a
gonna track down a pair of ATL dunks
yeah. I'll do something. We'll do something and give y'all something special.
for sure.
Only if Warnock wins.
For sure. We're out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.